Sometimes, strength doesn't come from hiding your pain. It comes from showing it. In a world that tells us to be strong, perfect, and unbreakable. What if true power lies in being honest about our struggles? Raju was a skinny boy with tired eyes and patched-up clothes, living in a small village where the roads turned to mud every time it rained. He sold boiled eggs at the railway station, balancing a basket over his head, yelling, "Garama garam dim." Every day after school, if he even made it to school. People noticed his torn shirt, but no one noticed his bruised heart. You see, Raju didn't just carry a basket. He carried shame. Shame for being poor. Shame for not speaking fluent English like the city kids. Shame for his father's drinking. Shame for being less. At school, Raju stayed silent. When the teacher asked questions, he looked down. When other kids laughed and shared stories, he stayed in the corner, pretending to be invisible. One day, a new boy named Armin joined the school. Confident. Rich. Loud. Everything Raju wasn't. During recess, Armin mocked Raju in front of everyone. "Hey egg seller. Do you study or just boil eggs in your brain too?" The laughter that followed was loud. But what broke Raju wasn't the insult. It was the silence inside him. The voice that whispered, "They're right. You don't belong here." That night, Raju didn't eat. He stared at the ceiling in the one-room house he shared with his mother, wondering, why was life so unfair to him? The next day, Raju skipped school. Then another. Then a week. One morning, an old man with gray hair and a bent back sat next to him at the station. He watched Raju silently for a while, then said, "You carry more than eggs, don't you, boy?" Raju looked away, embarrassed. The old man continued, "I used to be like you. Ashamed of my life, my flaws, my past. But listen carefully, Raju, you will never grow from your strength. You will grow from your wounds." Raju frowned. "What do you mean?" "Your pain, your poverty, your fear, show them. Speak them. Share them. Don't hide your scars, honor them. That's how you begin to rise." Something shifted that day. Raju went back to school, not with polished shoes or a new shirt, but with a story. When the teacher asked about his dreams, Raju raised his hand for the first time. "I want to become a speaker, and tell people like me that it's okay to be poor. That it's okay to feel small. Because that's not the end of our story, only the beginning." The class went silent. Even Armin stared at him. From that day, Raju didn't hide anymore. He began speaking at village events, then school functions. He still sold eggs, but now, people asked him for advice with them. He failed sometimes. He stuttered on stage. He still had cracked sandals. But he was no longer ashamed. Because he had found the courage to be seen. Fully. Imperfectly. Proudly. Years later, Raju stood on a stage in front of hundreds. He wore a simple kurta. Behind him was a banner that read, "Strength in scars, the power of vulnerability." He looked into the crowd and smiled. "I was once the boy who stayed quiet in the back of the class. Ashamed. Afraid. Invisible. But the day I shared my truth, I found my voice. I realized, we don't inspire people by being perfect. We inspire them by being real. So never hide your story. Because your wounds might just be someone else's hope." The audience stood in silence, and then rose in applause. Not for perfection. But for truth. For courage. For vulnerability. Moral of the story. Your imperfections are not your weakness. They are your strength. In embracing who you are, scars and all, you give others permission to do the same. Never be afraid to be seen. Because the real you is powerful beyond measure. If you like the story, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories like this one. Thank you for staying with us. See you in the next story with new thoughts and lessons. Until then, stay well and stay peaceful.